One thing I need to learn running a camera, you know, you run around all day. For some reason, I turn my dial like real close. So I apologize about that. Natalie's just pulling in. She's waving, or she's waving at a fly or something. But we're gonna load up Natalie with a load of corn. I'm not sure if there's a full load in there or not. It's gonna be close. So hopefully it's a nice load in there yet. Looks like Natalie is ready to load. Morning, morning. Are you ready for a load of corn? I was going to mention, a lot of people said, hey Daddy Cornstar, why don't we make the chain longer and load the truck from down here? I can't see in the truck to be able to see when to tell her to go forward. And using one arm, it makes my arm stronger. I know someday we've talked about trying to get cameras out here so we could do everything from in the building, and then get one of them automatic remote control openers. But they're like $5 grand. Until we get everything settled with lawsuits, we really hate to be spending money on some of this stuff. And this gives me a good chance to see what's going on out here, but let's get her started. I'm hoping it's a good truckload of corn in here yet, but when it gets down in the V hopper bottom part, it's hard to know how full, how much is in there, I guess. Okay, Natalie, go ahead about 3 feet or so. Right there, looks perfect for a minute. Maybe there's more in here than I think. That'd be nice. I'd like to see where we could get a good load on her so it makes her trip worth this time. We have maybe 10 bushels left in the hopper here. It's way down there. But I have Natalie pretty full. I don't want to overload her, so we're gonna call it quits. I got a couple neighbors that have some cows, some chickens. Maybe I can just see if they want to buy the last little bit. Like I said, there's not much in there. Pretty good load. Oh, well, I talked to one of my neighbors. The name's Corey. Sounds like he might be interested in just getting the rest of the corn out of there for some of his outside animals. Like I told him, there's no rush. It's, well, who knows if that roof will leak or not during the rain. Nice to get her emptied and make sure that hopper bottom's all cleaned out. But in the meantime, let's head home and get the planters ready to roll. I haven't been in the shop for a lot this winter. Been working with the grain and stuff. Got the planter book out. Roman's underneath there. Cole, he's on the other side. They're helping me try to get things ready to get out in the field so I can get planting. Cooper and Zach, they pretty well got everything hooked up, but with just some final checks, air pressure, all this good stuff. Oh boy, I've just got to remember how everything slips back together here on the planter.
Any idea what the fronts of the tractor?
What's that?
Any idea what the fronts are supposed to be?
No, I'm not. PTO shaft coming out of this tractor is big. So this has to slip over that. We'll tighten it up on the PTO shaft. Then this part will go into that pump down there because it's smaller. We're gonna make it work. Need some bolts in here to hold my pump from moving around. So we're gonna go to the bolt rack. Roman was just asking if the older generation farmers always used the little individual boxes for when they were out planting. Yes, that was the big thing, and now you're seeing all these big planters, small planters with a center fill, so they only got 2 big boxes up top. That's really nice. That's like our other planter, but I'm still using old reliable from the old school. Okay, I gotta try to find the right size bolt. The right size bolt. We're gonna try it. I don't know. Should measure it, might help. Been a good planter, not really. At times it's got a mind of its own, so I shouldn't be lying to you. But we've kind of got it figured out over the years. Get this girl on here. Oh. These little containers here, they are sure handy. It holds 150 gallons, and then you can use air. You can set your setting, how many gallons you want. It's excellent. Little things like this just make a job so much easier. My hydraulics are a little bit low in oil, so I'm gonna top it off. I don't know if I'll take 1 gallon, 2 gallons, 3 gallons, but we're gonna be able to pump her in there. Ended up putting 5 gallons in it, so she's full now. Cooper's just about got the case already. This does have a rebuilt motor in it now. Had it completely overhauled, new pistons, new crank, everything. So the repair bill this year seems like it's been... do you guys want me to call into the local town and see what the special is today?
Yeah, they're probably grilling.
Just checking the hydraulic oil and stuff here for Cooper on the planter tractor. Cooper and Roman are trying to figure out what's the most push-ups.
In one setting is 1100.
What year did I set that?
2023.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. If I did even maybe 100 today, I'd probably be hurting tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's temporary, and then day after tomorrow you'll do 150.
That's right. Little box that runs all the hydraulics on the planter, needs just a little bit of oil. If somebody ever calls you a dipstick, that's really an important job because your job is to measure the oil, and that's very important. So it's not being bad if you're called a dipstick. Trying to get the clutches to work on the planter here. Each row unit's got a clutch to turn on and off, and started her up once and it went click, and then shut it off, it went click, but now I can't go to the click. Cooper's been trying to get this to work, put some new ends on it, still didn't work. He called Pete, our ag leader man, and right away Pete says, I bet it's a fuse. Cooper popped it open and we have a blowing fuse. That first day, this is the first day. Oh, we're excited about trying to get out in the field. Them little things take time. Taking off with the 24-row planter, they're gonna run it over to Coles quick, put fuel in it. Here comes Ellie, Look at her coming running in. Just had Zach call me, and he's out in the field running that, I want to call it a disc, I don't know what you really call it, but sounds like a wheel bearing went out, wheel fell off, so he needs a bunch of tools, parts. So I'm getting a hold of Roman to see if Roman would want to run to John Deere. It sounds like they have the parts we need. So just trying to get everybody going. I'm wanting to get out planting, but Zach needs help, and we're going to take care of him first before we worry about getting me going. Well, we're going to try it, guys. I don't know why it is that first day you're getting ready to run some of this equipment, you run through your mind, this is the field we're going to, guys. Since we got a couple minutes here waiting for Cole to get me seed and stuff, I'll set up so you guys can kind of see how this white 6180, I think it is the number on this planter, how it unfolds. But I got to swivel these wheels, I got to turn them before I can let everything down. So just come along and I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. Kind of keep an eye on these tires here. You'll see them turn here in just about a minute, so keep your eyes open. Right now I'm thinking to myself, Daddy Cornstar, why did you not try to do this at home to make sure things are going to work? Getting my wheels to turn, but I'm not getting it to go up and down right now, so I don't know what's going on. So I got to get that figured out. It's always something, always something. The one thing I might do though is change hydraulics. I don't know, that's strange. Got me puzzled like I haven't been puzzled before. The last few days I've been puzzled because I was like, hey, hopefully everything works. And I'm puzzled. Why isn't it working? It should go up, it should go down. Why ain't it going down? Why isn't it working? Something's goofy going on. What could it be? It's got to be something. It's got to stand out like a sore thumb. It's got to jump up and down at me. It's got to just like, here, this is the issue. It's never acted up before. It's always worked perfect. What do you mean? It's never worked perfect. It's always got a mind of its own. Shouldn't be nothing new. So why are you concerned about it right now, Daddy Cornstar? From day one, when we bought it years and years ago, probably 10 years ago, it's always had a mind of its own. So why would it change now? Actually, this planter has had a mind of its own, and it's crazy, absolutely crazy. One thing I could try, weird things have happened. Let's take the little wire harness apart where you hook it up. Maybe something's not connected right. Maybe I wired it up wrong. Who knows? Let's check it out. Finicky, finicky, finicky. I don't know. We'll try a few other things. I'm sure we'll get it figured out. Might be the middle of January. Be ready for next year, but we'll get it figured out, I'm sure of that. Not 100% sure what's going on, but I'm gonna flip-flop some hydraulic hoses around. Maybe one side runs different than the other and it's just kicking out and won't let the wheels drop or the frame drop. And you know, a lot of this stuff, if you call for help, the repairman is going to try to do the exact same thing that you're doing. Sometimes they have more experience. If they've been around this planter, they may have a lot more knowledge, thoughts in their heads. But they're going to run all this through you. Did you try this? Did you try this? And that. Ah. Well, no, I didn't. I panicked. I do know Cole. I thought he lifted this up the other day on the road. So, like I said, I don't know what's going on. We'll play with it some more here and see what we find out. Well, right now, everything I've tried hasn't worked. So I'm just going to pack up. I'm only a mile and a half from home. I'm going to take it back to the heated shop. Easier to work on it down there. The tools are there. Out here in the middle of nowhere. I shouldn't say nowhere, but away from the tools. I got tools here, but it's actually starting to get kind of chilly out again. I'm going to bring her home. Bring her home. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. I'm going to try to put some fuses on a couple. We're going to try it again. We're going to try it again. It'd just be nice to get out in the field and get a little bit planted, try. I won't get a lot done tonight. Probably won't run in the dark or anything, but be nice to make sure everything's working. And the reason probably won't work in the dark is the first night, trying to get to know everything again. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. When I say this, I'll probably end up running until midnight. Well, we got the planter full, and what Cole's doing, he's putting like this baby powder on top, just sprinkle a little bit. That's called Gruyerfaff or something like that. It makes everything slippery. So when our planter's running, everything runs good and smooth. Don't take much, but some people put it in, some don't, but we just figured it helps save things to make it slick. Cole's getting up there and putting down the number of the product. I had to grab my trusty ag leader measuring stick. We're gonna see what kind of depth we're getting. I had to raise the middle up a little bit. It was down a little low in the middle when I first started. What's going on here? It's always hard to find them when you want to. There's one. I see it down there. Right there. See it? That's probably a good 2 inches. Monitor was running about 112, so.
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, it is funny how sometimes it's so hard to find a bean. You think you just dig and hundreds of them pop up.
I mean, the only thing you could ask for more, maybe just a little warmer, but...
Right, but if it lets it put it in this temperature, it buys us a couple extra days
exactly.
Before it.
And it's not like it's a bad temperature either.
No. Well, what Cole and I both see, we think it's go time! It's go time! If we could get this planter empty yet tonight, I really didn't want to work too late in the first night in the dark. So we kind of thought if run maybe a couple hours before dark, maybe it'll get dark before that, but then if I can get at least enough beans out of the boxes, then we can fill it up to get the one tote empty. See what we can get done, guys. Ag Leader made this planter and tractor so much nicer. We got the steady steer here from Ag Leader. So this tractor here is a 1981, the year, and this just shows Ag Leader, they were able to put auto steer on this tractor, so it's super nice. All right there. Whoops, wrong one. Well, we're gonna make one more lap, I guess. Cooper wants to have 3 rounds with a 16 row, or I should say, yeah, 3 passes. I just remembered this field. No, it wasn't this field. I'm totally sorry, I lied to you. I was thinking it was this field, but it brought back a memory going across the field with auto steer. You know, we don't have to use our markers on the end of the field to try to mark where we are. But when I was a little boy, maybe 10, 11 years old, my dad had somewhere to go one day and he's like, hey, you want to run the planter? And that's on our old Oliver tractor with an 8-row planter. So talking quite a few years ago, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, 20, 30. But anyhow, I'm like, yeah, He said, you need any guidance or anything today to know how to run it? No, I've been paying attention to you, Dad. I know how to run it. You just go. I got it under control. All right, otherwise I'll take you out there and show you how to do it. Dad, I know what I'm doing. I paid attention. All right, wish you luck. Well, I get out in the field with the planter and I unfold it and I'm just excited. We were doing corn, and the way the field was, you went kind of catty corner on the thing, and I got across the field, went to turn around, and I realized I forgot to put my marker down. So here I'm across the field and I could not see my row, nothing hardly at all. But I thought, you know what, I just go back across at an angle, put my marker down. So I was all nervous and stuff, and I go burn it across the field at probably 3-4 miles per hour with the old Oliver tractor, my headset on, enjoying I get to the other end and turn around and, oh no, I forgot to put the marker down again. So, long story short, I did put the marker down the next time, but when the corn started coming up there, woo, I had some crossing in, and we didn't have the row shutoff units if you crossed over. So when Dad went down to cultivate, when he got home that night, he goes, well, son, did you forget to put the marker down? Yeah, I did, Dad. Well, don't worry, boy. It won't be your last time you forget, but everything will still grow. You know, sometimes you get busy out here and you kind of forget things, but they were little fun memories. My dad was pretty laid back and didn't get worked over the little things. And all right, we got 15 acres done. I'd like to get another 15 acres done, but we're on nice long rows now, and I'm getting hungry. I keep thinking food. I keep thinking spaghetti and meatballs, and I don't know why. Spaghetti, meatballs, and maybe a little pork and beans actually don't sound bad. I know that's not quite a combination, but I like it. Or maybe a little peas with the spaghetti and meatballs. Maybe I should send a little hint to Mama Cornstar and Neva, see if that sounds good to them. So you can see Cooper over there with all the bright lights. That's on the back of his planter. Whoa! 10:01. Time to go home. We are actually home, but it's time to go up and eat. So I'm going up there to eat some supper. Well, guys, you might step out. It's dropping down tonight. It's supposed to get down to about 37 degrees. It is feeling chilly. It's dark, so if you can't see me, it's because it's dark out. You guys have a great night. Get some good rest. Take care of yourselves. And don't forget, I want to catch you guys on the next one. And please, please leave some comments. And we're getting so close to 100,000 subscribers. It's just unreal. There's Ellie. Hi, watchdog. All right, guys. There's Mama Cornstar's new shower sitting in there. Ellie's happy to see us. Hi, Ellie. Night, night, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.